All right, everybody, let's jump in here. I don't love the first area of resistance, like it here at 3094. So it might be that we come up here to 3100. All right, and then that's where we fail. All right, and so what I'd be looking for is, again, failure off of 3100 and then re-entry of 3094 for continuation to the downside. All right, now that would require gold again to really give us another squeeze. And again, maybe with the recapture of 3115 in the overnight session, if we can get continuation through here. I mean, obviously we're basing pretty hard around the mid here, around 3041, right? So what is this? All right, this right here is price efficiency. This is where the market is telling us that we're good with these prices right now. We're not. We're good with selling we're good with buying and selling in this range. So this is price efficiency right now. So no trades to be taken just yet. All right, there are no trades on my view to be taken in here. All right, now again, if we keep basing, all right, the only option maybe would be that if we keep on basing around here and we cannot clear, let's get this painted down here. If we can clear 3035, that's what we're likely coming down to 3015. We cleared 3015, coming back down to 29. All right, but if we keep basing around here, this will likely give us a continuation back up here to 65 to 74. Again, maybe getting another back test of the highs up here at 3094 and 3101. Okay, down here at 2973, we have the actual low. We have the true low where we've had multiple failed breakdowns off of 2990. All right, we've also seen continuation off of 3015. All right, but looking at price here, number one, we need to now at this point create a new high to keep on going up. All right, so we've created a new low. And if price cannot get above 3035 back up to 3041, then we may be creating a higher low here. All right. So let's pull the bands down for the indicator so we can see where things are. All right. We'll measure the distance between them two. All right. So we have the upper bands on the VAST indicator. That's what the yellow lines are down here at 34. All right. So obviously the volume has pulled down a little bit. All right. We are just below this high here at 3035. We have the low down here at 98. All right, just above the low here at 2990. Let's look at the distance, see if we're any closer to normalcy. Okay, so not too bad. About 350 ticks distance from the bands right now. The normal daily movement of gold during normal times is about 150 to 250 ticks. So 350 is getting closer to the realm of normalcy. I think yesterday we were close to double that. So we're getting a little bit closer back to normalcy. All right, so the logic here still stands on gold. All right, we're building up a little bit of a demand zone down here. And so we need confirmation either that the bulls want to take us back to the upside. All right, and that starts with the clearing of 3035, and then we need to get above 3041 to come up and get back and backtest this low of 3074. Now, I don't believe that there's any reclaim until we come back above 3074. All right, so first and foremostly, again, we need to continually fail 3074. All right, if we continually fail 3074, or if we come up and we fail 294 more exactly again, or make an attempt through it, that wouldn't surprise me either. If we do come up here and create a higher high above here, potentially exactly 294 or to 3100, around there. All right, would not surprise me since the band is up here. Okay, so again, if we bust out of 37, or if we bust out of here, out of 3074, all right, and we do come up to here, okay, I'm probably going to give it a second. No, there's potentially the opportunity for a buy upon the re-exit of 3074. Again, being maybe a little bit cautious, because again, if we do look for the breakout of 3074, that's a breakout trade, and so they are going to be a little bit, it's going to be a little bit harder. Again, it's like similar to breakdown trades, which have a 60 to 80% chance of failure. Same thing is true of breakouts. 4-9, there's 2 lines there. Let's look at the higher time frame and see what we're looking at here. All right, I mean, technically we had failed breakdowns off of 31.43, and we had failed breakdowns off of 31.49, or I guess continuation through 31.49. All right, so the next requirement, obviously, for us to get up to the upside is to clear this little range. All right, so if you ever see 2 lines that are together like that, where it's like you have 2 greens stacked on top of each other, that's where I view it as a range of price, because it's not always to me, it's not always an exact number. Sometimes it is, but a lot of times it's not, where we get like a very exact, clear number on what we need to reclaim. But sometimes I treat it as a range. Okay, so I want 143 to 149 to reclaim, right? Which for looking right now, we kind of are. Right, but we need this to clear. If we do clear this, again, we're looking to re-enter this previous zone over here, right? Because these are the lows, right? They were red, now they're green because we need to clear them to get to the upside, right? To get back into this zone. And then obviously after we clear 149, we would need to clear 31.56. 31.56 to get us here, because the 31.56 was the mid of that previous zone. Now, in terms of a sell, what we could potentially look for today is, again, maybe a failed breakout, where, again, that would require a re-entry like we're seeing maybe here of 143. Ideally, I would love for it to come up to the mid there at 31.56 and then reject off of that. But we are above the 200-day simple moving average. So I also wouldn't try and call the top. The market open here, I mean, we're feeling to the downside. Again, we need to create a new low below 59.15 down here to get to the downside. And if we're going to follow the continual pattern of downtrends, we need to fail this. The other scenarios that we come down here, we reject off it once more time. And then we would need to come back up, create a lower high, maybe rejecting off of 59.21, and then creating a new low. All right, so the scenario today would be maybe like a full-on breakdown of here. Okay, it's probably going to come down to here, come with back tests, make a new major low, maybe resist off of here, maybe paint a new lower, barely lower low, and come up and either resist off of here, off of here, off of here, before coming down. That wouldn't surprise me if it took that path. Or if it just doesn't even come up to 59.21, if it can't even make it, and then it just plows down even farther. But again, so we're in the kind of the middle of this entire zone here. All right, so again, feeling a 59.21 to me gives a decent signal of a move to the downside. But again, that would be a breakdown trade. High risk, high reward. Okay, otherwise, if we find resistance down here, maybe get another double bottom off of 59.21, maybe we could get a push back up here to the mid at 60.47. Again, across through 62.82 and a hold above it, right, where we find support here between 62.82 and 62.34. Maybe gives us a nice little push to the upside here.